I was gonna say, I'm in my 30s now. A lot of comedians in their 30s will often do jokes about how the people that they grew up with, a lot of people that I grew up with are having kids now. But I come from a housing estate in Newcastle. So a lot of the people that I grew up with, their kids are finishing high school now. Some are having their own kids. They love that joke in Sunderland. Yeah, I'm getting old now. Like, soon I'll be going to the doctors to get my prostate checked. Mainly because I'm lonely. Right? My prostate is probably fine. Yeah, I like that joke too. I love writing jokes. Like, I could write jokes all day. Because I'm on universal credit. I have a lot of time. No, I'm just joking. So outside of doing...
We live in really divided times. There's a lot of people trying to get us to hate immigrants and asylum seekers. Like, a lot of people on the right are saying that they're taking our jobs and bringing in drugs. Well, I hate jobs and I love drugs. So I think drugs are amazing. So if there are people bringing drugs into the UK, I fully support that. Because I don't know how to make drugs. But immigrants are just people, born in a different part of the planet. Like, no one chooses where they're born. Like, if I could choose where I was born, then I'd obviously be born in a manger in Bethlehem, like surrounded by wise men, and despite living in a really, really hot country, still somehow have the complexion of an Eskimo. Like, apart from Michael Jackson, no one chooses their skin colour.
Yeah, I'm originally from Newcastle. If you don't know Newcastle that well, it's basically big Wetherspoons. When I first came to London, for the first 2 weeks, I lived in a hostel in North London, because my life's amazing. Yeah, if you've never lived in a hostel before, it's a very weird concept. So basically, like, you sleep in a room with a bunch of strangers, a lot of which who are leaving the country the next day with your iPad. Long story short, I'm selling iPads. If anyone's interested, good price. Another thing about living in a hostel is that you don't need porn. You're ahead of me. To see two strangers having sex. Like, on the third night at the hostel, there was a guy and girl having sex in the bunk bed across from me. And there was a guy in the room masturbating to it. I'm not proud of it. It just happened. Appreciate the round of applause there, thank you.
So I actually found Jesus. He's an Australian guy that I met at the hostel. His nickname was Jesus. And one of my, he's a fun guy. Like, one of my favorite experiences with Jesus is when we went to the Museum of Jesus in South Kensington, because he's a narcissist. Yeah, we smoked a joint outside. We went in. He got stopped at random for a security check because he was pretty stoned. Like, they asked him step outside of the line, stand like this, and they patted him down, and they found a bag of weed, and they were like, "What is this?" And he replied, "Blessed be are the merciful, for they shall receive mercy." Come on, guys. What would Jesus do? He's now banned from the museum. And they said religion's never hurt anyone. So Christianity is a religion where you can kind of say or do anything that you want as long as you ask for forgiveness afterwards. So if there are any Christians watching this and you're offended by any of this material, I want to ask you to forgive me. It's what Jesus would do. Checkmate. During an acid trip with Jesus, like the original Jesus, he often likes to give poignant speeches and has 12 people that follow him around. So what I learned is that there is no them and us. Like, there is no other. Like, everyone has similarities and differences to every other person. So if you focus on someone's similarities, then they seem more similar to you and you react better and more positively. If you focus on someone's differences, you react more negatively and less inclusively. Your reality becomes whatever you focus on repeatedly. So we could, each of us, change our reality by simply changing what we focus on. And if enough people change their focus to people's similarities and the things that unite us instead of divide us, then the social fabric of society kind of changes and it becomes much more compassionate and inclusive on the whole. I guess what I'm trying to say is I think the world would be a much better place if more people did acid with Jesus. Again, if there's any police watching this, then I did acid before 1960 when it was legal, and it was blessed by Jesus.
Like, I'm vaccinated. I'm already autistic, so I thought, what's the worst that could happen? Like, the worst that can happen has happened. The first autism diagnosis, I don't want to stop you laughing. The first autism diagnosis was in December 1936 by psychologist Mildred Creek. If you're not laughing, you're learning. Before that, there wasn't any autistic people. Just people who are really into trains. Like, most people tend to kind of accept things as they are, no matter how strange it is. So I think like it's us autistic people which are the normal ones, and it's the rest of the people that think strangely.
So I went to a mosque. Like, I'm not Muslim. Like, I went to a mosque to write a joke about going to a mosque. Like, we need more unity nowadays. Like, the ruling class historically have always tried to get the poor and disadvantaged to fight amongst ourselves around petty differences so they can maintain and consolidate power. However, they're doing that on a much faster, much larger scale now, and we need international collaboration and work and collective action like we've never had historically to fix big world problems like the growing wealth inequality around the world and worsening climate breakdown. Like, we need a large-scale collective action now. Like, make love, not war. Unless that war is fought with genitals. And the first country to come loses. It's just an idea. Like, we need a large-scale international collective action now, more than we ever have. The lines that separate different bits of land, which make countries, are all imagined. Now, I know it sounds like I'm going to start singing John Lennon. Hopefully I'm not the only one. that joke went down so much better at the mosque. Like, we need to move away from tribalism. Like, we can change the story we tell ourselves about who we are and who we're different to and similar to. Like, for instance, with me, like, I accept that I receive preferential treatment from police. People rarely ask to touch my hair. And I'm never invited to the fun churches. Like, as a straight white middle class male, the closest thing I have to actually experiencing discrimination is not being liked by people from Sunderland.
I could do a lot of 50 seconds. Ladies. 50 seconds might be a bit short for a joke, so I just want to say if anyone here wants to follow me after this set, it's at Andrew Tubman 2 on OnlyFans, Bumble, and Screwfix. That's been my set. Round of applause for your host and MC, Rick.